Hi everyone, how you doing? It's been a while since I featured on a live. I've been busy, but I thought it would be great to come here and engage in a watch along. So the Doha Diamond League is in progress. Many of the things are going to be on track, and I'm here just to hang out with you guys and to do a little bit of a watch along. I really appreciate you. It's been a long time. I got a lot of exciting stuff coming up this year. I just got back from Paris. I did go to the Olympic Stadium. I did see the track being put down. A little preview. I got a piece of the track, which is not something that people would get normally, but it's the Olympics is setting up to be a wonderful event, and yeah, so lots of stuff going on, lots of things happening in track and field all around. Don't forget to put your comments here, like the video, let me know where you're joining me from. I haven't been on a live for a while. I'm actually heading out for another long trip tomorrow, so I missed some of the track and field this weekend. Actually, I'll be on like 14-hour flight, so I will definitely try to keep up with it. But once we get to the end of May into June, lots of great content that I intend to have on the channel. Lots of stuff that I want to make sure we all address. And the track and field season is on, and one of the interesting things so far for me is big some notable absences already uh from the scene. Yulimar Rojas is gone. It's just an unfortunate event. Jasmine Sawyers from the UK also gone. I think there was another athlete that left us, and so a lot of great stuff going on. Last week was the World Relays. I was in Paris when that was happening, so I didn't get a chance to see everything. I did watch some of the stuff. I know the Jamaicans are upset with whatever performances that they delivered there. But some decent stuff, that was there. I haven't gotten a chance to watch everything else. I know my good friend Deja was there in the Bahamas covering the event, so we should get him on soon to chat about it as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I got my little Olympic logo already. I got this officially in Paris, debuting it already. So I'm looking forward to this. So this is a watch along. Get your comments in, your thoughts on what's happening in Doha. There's some interesting events coming up. Stephen Gardner is back on the track for the men's 400 meters. Really looking forward to that. Vernon Norwood is there too, obviously. But yeah, the triple jump, not the triple jump, the long jump is in progress. We can take a quick look at that while they add some stuff to the thing. I think Claire McCord is leading up on the fourth jump. He's at 8:52. That's a really good jump, solid performance so far. I think he did that on his fourth attempt. Tentoglu is there. Tajay Gale also. Hammer, the multi-eventer, is also participating. So it's a decent field for the men's long jump, and we'll see what will happen here. Yeah. So Samuel Congo is back on the track, obviously, for the men's 400 meters. It's a good lineup, I think, for men's 400 meters. And things are heating up. I mean, yeah, I really haven't really thought about where we are, where we stand so far in terms of the season. A lot of people are come wondering, it's a cagey season. You got to be prepared later on for national championships, especially if you come from a country where it's really competitive. But this should be a good race on Quincy Hall is in the mix. Gardner, Samuel Congo, who has a 43 personal best as well. And obviously, I want to see what kind of shape Stephen Gardner is in, because we know if he's in fantastic shape, then he will certainly challenge for an Olympic title. And he's such a brilliant type of an athlete, right? Yeah. So if we can get something in the sub 43, in the sub 44 rather, that would be fantastic. It's still a bit early. Anything in mid 44s, I think athletes would take at this time. I think Gardner, anything in the mid 44s would suggest that he's back to his best, and it's a long season. I don't think it's particularly hard for him to make it to the Bahamian team. But Gardner's really out really good. Long strides. Yeah, he's already up on I think that's Samuel Congo. Yeah. Oh, he's like eating up them on the backstretch. Pretty good running there. He looks effortless as usual. Smooth kind of arm movement. Sometimes not the greatest, but he's really relaxed. He's gonna come off this curve with a substantial lead, and unless Norwood and the likes or Samuel Congo can make a run, Gardner is there. This is like a training run for Stephen Gardner. It's probably gonna be mid 44s. Yeah, it's about 44:76, the official time there, ahead of Summer Congo, and the Botswana and Scotch is also in third place. Norwood finishing in fourth. Yeah, decent run. I would say a decent run. He didn't do anything out of the ordinary, I think. I think this is still like a training run. He looks spent. You will be spent regardless of your state. I'll put up the results there. Yeah, but as we know, Stephen Gardner had an injury plague season last year. One of the greats, I would say, probably wins the Olympic title this year. That puts him in some serious conversations of top 5 all time, I would say. Still a bit early, but he is special. I think he has the potential to run really low 43s. I don't know if he can challenge a world record anymore. He's had some injuries. Pretty decent over 200 meters as well. Yeah. Man, all in the game. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Yeah, it's a training run for sure. I know you'll find this really intriguing. So this is a piece of the Olympic track, the literal Olympic track that Mondo is laying. I just got back from Paris, so I'll talk more about that. But I will say, I don't know your thoughts initially on seeing the pictures of the track, but I will say I was skeptical about a purple track, but it's better than a blue track. That's my take right now, and I'll do. We have some videos to work on. Yeah. What are you saying here? Training run for Steven Norman run 44:21. 44:21 in his opening versus Gardner and what 400 needs. Yeah, I think so. It's good to see the Africans as well. Yeah, also good to see that Norman has decided to find his way home, right? At the 400 meters. I did see a little thing from last week, but I was traveling, so I didn't get a chance to keep up on everything. But yeah. You want a healthy Norman, healthy everybody. I think 400 meters is in an interesting space. It's wide. I don't know if it's still wide open. I know your thoughts is so early to call, but last year was an anomaly in terms of no major persons that you thought would try to win the world championship, and the young kid from Jamaica got in. Yeah. And we'll see. I think if you're a sub 44 athlete this year, you're in the mix, but there are a few guys that can go sub 43.5, I would say. Capability. How far Gardner can get to this year, we'll see. Coming back from an injury is not often easy, but he's still fairly young. Norman, we know, is really good. But yeah, it's an interesting stuff. Yeah. Yeah, no, the track is interesting. I got to be honest with you. Like, when I was there, they haven't the lines weren't even on the track. Like, literally the lines are drawn in terms of the lane lines, but there's no staggers, there's no markers for anything. They're just laying the triple jump and long jump lanes. And I was intrigued by that because I don't know if you remember, you'd remember initially, because of the build of the Stade de France, it couldn't accommodate two run-ups that world championships require, world athletics require. But I think they decided to take away more seating because the seats fall down for football in Stade de France. And so that's how they are able to run the two tracks. So A and B can definitely get into thing. Actually, I don't know if there'll be a test event on it. That's a good question. I actually don't know. I didn't even ask. I've been trying to talk to the guys at Mondo from last year, and they didn't want. I can't get in can't get to talk to the guys who I want. I can get to talk to like the academics who are connected to like some of the papers that Mondo writes, but they put out on the track thing. But I don't know if there'll be a test event, but I don't know if they need a test event because I suppose those guys are laying the best of the best track. Maybe they should do some testing, but I just it's hard because Omega will come in and put in the clocks and all that stuff. It's an oil machine for them for sure, right? You know, well oil machine in terms of how they do it. But it's beautiful. I think it's gonna. The one thing that they're saying is that you will get to see the athletes much better on television. That part, I guess we'll judge when we get to see it. But yeah, I think it's a good stadium to be in. My regret is that I'm not going back to the Olympics. I screwed up on that. I had an opportunity and I didn't do it the right way. But yeah, yeah. Women's 800 meter. Let me see what's going on else in the. There is some stuff going on too in the pole vault. Women is going on. Molly Caudry is leading right now at what 463. Who else is there? Interesting field. Sandy Morris is there too. I think the discus is going on too. What's your thoughts on the discus situation? It's interesting year. Alekno breaking the world record. I don't know how I feel about the world record, especially in Oklahoma and that kind of wind, but it's a world record, so let me not say how I feel about it that way. Kristen Shea, 70 meters already, winning this. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Yeah, it would be cool if they had a French trials on it. I actually didn't even know. I didn't even, I have to look into that. That would be an interesting thing. Yeah, you would think you want to test out a few things. I suppose they have some contingencies for it, but I've never seen a purple track. What I did see too was the running track across the street, the warm up track. The warm up area is pretty small, I think, for an Olympics. I think it's a 6-lane track or a 7-lane track. It's not a full lane track for the warm up area. The grass was terrible at the moment, but they're working on that. All of that stuff I think will be ready in time. Yeah, for all of that would be ready, I suspect, in time for the World Championships. Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't know what's the big surprises of the. Who else is out of the Olympics? I know Yulimar is out, Jasmine is out, and there's another athlete that's out already for the Olympics with injury. Yeah, so it's not a good year to start off on in terms of what's going on. This is what women's 800 meters on the track right now. I want to see what Mary Moore can do. This is going to be one of the great events, obviously, of the Olympics. Athing Mu, Jenna Riki, and yeah, I don't know who's on pace right here. Thanks everyone for joining me. Just doing a watch along. Good to see you all in the game. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there is this says steeplechasers who actually I think broke her leg. I'm seeing her face, but the name is escaping me as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A couple weeks ago. I did watch the last couple of Diamond Leagues, and I did watch the Kip Keino Classic, and I was supposed to do a live, but I was just so busy. But the we saw. Oh yeah, I think it's Corburn. Yeah, maybe is it Emma or something like that? Yeah. So 101. What's this? 1 minute and change. I think Mora looks good already this season. Yeah, what will Keely Hutchinson do this year? There's a lot. There's a good feel right here in Doha. Yeah, I saw the likes of Mboma back at the Kipkina Classic, and I think that's the end of it. Given what they've done in terms of hormone stuff, there's no way she can challenge. This is really interesting. Riki is coming out. Gemma Riki coming out on the end here. She's gonna win this. Yeah. But then Mora Mira Mora found another gear. Oh, ooh, that's good. 157.91. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think she had stepped on her. She said she broke the ankle in the doing the what steeplechase, right, or something like that. 156, 157.91. Pretty good season best. Uh, yeah, yeah, that's nice. Nice running there. Where are we now? We're in like mid-May. Yeah, it's a really good. Let's see if I can get the results up on this. Women's 800 meters. Yeah. I didn't even realize Natalia Gould was in this race. So this is what 157, Jamaica 158. Those are really good times. Yargo 158 to 159. Yeah, I mean 7 women on this 2 minutes. I think they can't complain about that. That's reasonable running, and you have to really be tactical this year. The Olympics is really late. Yeah, yeah. I think 33-year-old Gould is done at this level. Will be the most talented 800 runner never to win a global medal. It's a very good point you're making there, all in the game. There's moments where I want to say nicely too, because I think there has been tactical issues with Natalia Gould in terms of managing races, and I don't understand it. I think she should have found a way on a medal podium at least once, could be twice, and never happened. And I suppose if you are, the thing that also it baffles me too is the the state of the distance running too in Jamaica. Like, why can't they get another runner? It seems like you need somebody every generation. It was what Keena Sinclair before, then it goes to Natalia Gould, who is much better in terms of talent and so on. But yeah, it's unfortunate that she won't get a medal. And I think if she even makes it to the Olympics, it's gonna be difficult to even find her way into the final. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's over. I don't see how. Yeah, there's absolutely no way. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's gonna take 155 or sub 155 to win at the Olympics. I mean, I just don't see all right that kind of shape. Maybe the race doesn't run that fast, but I think you're gonna have 3 or 4 women that are capable of pulling off very low 156, going to 155 or better, and there's absolutely no way you can get into the medal podium there. You know, likes of Hutchins is going to come back. Miramore, I think Moo, there is a bunch of athletes that are going to just try to find themselves in the mix. So I don't know. Yeah. Any thoughts on the sprint so far? I've seen a couple races from Richards, from Shakari over 200 meters. Not quite sure what to make of that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise someone like Maloney, who's in the final. Yeah, yeah. I mean, because last year she didn't even make it to the Budapest final, right? Gould, that is. And, she's always been a staple in the mix, but I don't know. It's tough. 33 is not the end of the world, but it also is tough to be that late in your career running and the intensity needed. I think when you get to this stage too, it's also about how do you manage the recovery, because it's a lot of running on the body, and the intensity of that can add up, and the niggles come back, so you got to change a lot of stuff in your life. Not that I'm saying I don't know what they're doing, but to continue to be a force at this stage requires intense planning, even more so. And it has to be a desire, right? At some point you think in your head that there's not much. Yeah, she did. Yeah, crash out. Yeah, didn't even. Yeah, didn't make it out of the semis. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, interesting stuff. I am very intrigued. I saw Sydney McLaughlin the other day. Was it what? Was it 12.7? What was it over hurdles? 100-meter hurdles. I'm surprised. So far, intrigued by what I'm seeing from Camacho Quinn. Uh, who else? Gabby Thomas looks decent. Gabby might shock us this year. I mean, certainly those 400-meter times. Rashidat Adelike is really pulling up some trees. Hopefully those things aren't happening too early. I'm trying to think through some of the great stuff that I've been seeing that surprised me. Not surprised me, but intrigued me right now. Obviously, the field events are in a great space. Uh, discus throwing are great space for men. I think it's going to be highly competitive. Women too. We're seeing women pushing up to all-time stuff. Yeah, I'm waiting to see what the likes of a Femke Bowl will do. Had a fabulous indoor season, so we'll see. Yeah, 12 second fastest time ever she ran in it as an opener. Will be running the 200 versus Gabby. Yeah, the LA Grand Prix is what, on the 18th? Is it on the 18th? I'm trying to think. Let me see when it's in my calendar. I am gonna miss that. Yeah, because I'll be on a flight coming back, I think, from Asia, so I won't be able to see that. But I'm intrigued by it. Dean Asher Smith, I want to see what's going on there. I saw Sherika Jackson open up over 100 meters. That looked okay. I mean, there's nothing to really be upset about. I see some Twitter talking about the state of Sha'Carri, but it's still early. Obviously she probably wouldn't have wanted to be beaten over those 200 meters against the young Aussie. Was it an Aussie woman? And then last week in China again. But I think a lot of athletes are playing it safe. We haven't seen Shelly Fraser Price. No word on the opening yet. I haven't heard anything. And Elaine, yeah. Let's see what you're saying here. Alika is the next sub 11:22. Yeah, definitely. Body type I like in terms of that ability. When she was younger, she used to sprint, right? Did she use to sprint when she was a little bit younger? Then she moved up, or is it the other way around? I can't recall. But I think super talented. I think Coach Flo has to think about like how you position her. I would say there's space for. I think the 400 meters could be open in terms of a medal there, outside of obviously if McLaughlin goes flat, that kind of stuff. There's differences there, but I don't know what Shawnee can do. I think her chances of getting something in the 200 might be harder than getting a bronze, say picking up a bronze in the 400 meters. But it's tough, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, started out 1-2, then moved up. Yeah. Interesting stuff too over men's 110 hurdles last week. I saw a couple of, I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by those high school athletes. What's happening with these high school athletes running super fast? All right, this one, men's 200 meters here. Yeah, I want to see what Court Lindsay can do here. Yeah, Kung Fu Kenny looked good the other day. He's looked like he's back again. Yeah, Kenny's gonna win this. Yeah, he ain't messing around. That's a good point. Yeah. Whoa. I like that. 9.67, 1.7 win. So it's approaching. That's really good help from the win. We know Doha gives you good speed, but 1967, you can't complain about that. The end part, you could see that he was struggling a little bit to hold his form. But he looked good over 100 meters the other day, Kung Fu Kenny, and he now is looking good over this 200 meters. I think it's a serious year. It's what we call it's a serious year. World lead PB meet record. Yeah, not even close. Not even close. Courtney Lindsay, no one in the picture. This is fantastic running. Yeah. He can make 1, 2, 4 and over. At this stage, yeah, because I'm not quite sure what's going on with Fred Curley. It's going to be very intriguing for this US one team. To be honest with you, it's going to be really intriguing. I'm going on a limb that I can't go on a limit, but I have this funny feeling that Let's see Tobago is coming away from the Olympics with a gold medal in something. In something. But I don't know. I mean, it depends too, right? Obviously, it's going to be an intriguing thing. Noah's going to go for 1-2. Will the 100 really hurt him as the guys get much more faster over 200 meters? Still a bit early, but Benarik looks really good right here. Yeah, 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 yeah. 1060, 1967. Really good, really good. You know, you would say it's probably around a 1975 when you do some adjustments. I haven't put in a calculator just off the top of my head. At this stage, you can't complain about that. That kind of shows you that background training has been working. And we saw him over was he over 100 meters recently, or was it another 200 meters? I'm trying to remember. He looked really good. He won that race. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Long jump will be fascinating at the Olympics this year as they're showing a few of these things. I think the Jamaicans have an opportunity there. You know, you get back likes of Tentoglu is always in the mix. It should be good. I'm hoping that we get at least a 8 meter 60. A few guys doing that, getting on the podium, right? I think something about the long jump is interesting. I don't want to see any kind of low jumps getting there. I don't know your thoughts all in the game or anybody. What are your thoughts on the World Athletics deciding to pay or compensate athletes who win gold medals at this year's Olympics? Yeah, I've been saying this for many years. I mean, I think the IOC, much like the NCAA in college sports, operate a patty shop in the sense of like they're really, you know, the people who really do the things to make the sport get nothing directly from it. You never get paid from the Olympics. You get nothing. I think it's a shame. The Olympics is the biggest spectacle on the planet. The amount of revenue that's attached to it is outrageous. You know, you see it's and you get zero. And in some countries back in the day, you used to have to pay taxes on the medals, right? And yeah, you know, if you read the Olympic Project, if you read what they say, and I always go back to my good to Jules Boycott's book too on the, you know, it's a great book if you want to think about the political history of the Olympics, but you also get this kind of insight on the idea of how they create this atmosphere as if they give away all the money, and it's funny, right? They don't, right? They pretty much funnel it in some interesting ways, and they say, look, we're supporting development of athletics everywhere, or sports everywhere, but you can pay the athletes. Yeah. Let's see, expect to be able to come away with medals in 1, 2, and 4x4. Yeah, I can't see any other side. Botswana looks really no they look really good in the 4x4 recently. Yeah, it was in the Kip Keino, right? Thank you. Yeah, when he beat Oman Nyala. For the first time, Oman Nyala is running super fast at this time of the year. I hope that's a sign of them figuring it out, or maybe it's a sign of something else, which he wouldn't be particularly happy with. Yeah, payment long overdue, and you know, there are some sports thing organizations were upset about that, talking about it's going to destabilize anything, but it's billions of dollars that these guys make, and I'm sure you could create a structure of giving athletes something without worrying about it has to come through the national associations when they send the money back. What are you saying here? I read a couple weeks ago that huge long jump talent, Juan Miguel Echeverria is back and now being coached by Pedrosa. Oh, interesting. Did he jump recently? Or maybe I'm misthinking this. I haven't seen this. Yeah, Pedrosa got a bunch of great athletes there, right? So, yeah. I mean, I would love to see. I'm trying to remember. Did he win World Under 20 at some point? My memory is like all over the place right now. Yeah. Yeah. What's next up on the track? I think there is. Oh, the high jump for women is in progress. Let's see what's going on there. Yeah. There's Patterson there. Topic is there. Morgan Lake. Divovitskaya is here too. Yeah. What else is on tap today? I want to see the 400 meters for men, hurdles. Is DeSantis here? Yeah, I think he's here, right? Let's see. Unless I'm missing this. Yeah, he's there. I want to see what Allison DeSantis can do here. And in the 100 meter. I thought at one point Richards was supposed to be at Doha. Is she not here? I guess not. Or is she running something else? She's not here. Yeah. Yeah, so good jump from Kira McLeod to win the men's long jump. Yeah, pretty decent. Yeah. It's a great year for track and field. When is Eugene? Is it in May too? Or when is Eugene? I wanted to go to Eugene, but I think I'm going somewhere else. Yeah. Let's see what all in the game. Kenny Gibbons 44.73 is the one that should be talking about running on both 4x4 teams in Paris. Not know who's yet to jump into. That's a good point. Yeah, a good point. I think the Noah Lyles thing is interesting because, and I want to be judicious the way I say it. I think they're building a narrative about what will look like greatness at the Olympics, right? So he's going to try and stack up on medals, as opposed to like just if he wants to run a 4x4, and we don't get to pick the US team, right? He has to run a few of those. Like, why would you put? I think a team like the United States, why would you put him on a leg of the 4x4? What's the point of that? Especially usually they're stacked. And then he's going to do the double. So he's not like he's useful in the preliminaries if you're going to do it. And, at some point, it's not about sentimental or just trying to stack up on the stuff, on medals, right? I get it on the 1 and 2. He's great. I get it on the 4x1. I mean, I think he runs such a leg that puts them in a almost unbeatable position if they really get the baton passes right. I don't know if they can challenge a world record. That's pretty hard. I think you need at least 3 guys running 10.7s or better. I don't know if they can do that, but you never know. Both Gabby and Abby have run both flat 400 races already this year. Noah is welcome to do. I think so. If he wants to be on it, he should run a few of those. And he would have probably needed to run them already or run them around now. But I guess if he makes it on, you'll get the likes of a Fred talking about the politics again of the USA track and field, which is all a different story. Oh, I also was thinking about this all in the game because I know you would be looking at this. So one, we expect the track and I'm going to do a video on this. I've been talking to a few people. I just haven't gotten the time to work out some of these things yet. One, we're in a stage where Mondo is saying that this is their fastest track ever. And there's limits to where speed can go, right? And for my basic physics, the idea, and this is the piece of the track, is like when you put the energy in it, can it give you, how much return can you get? So Mondo will be saying the design of this track, which they have recalibrated because of consultation, not only with the engineers and the scientists, but also with the athletes, is probably pretty close to a 100% return of the energy back. And the placing of the it's hard to see, but the placing of how they do the pebbles here, which is different from how I guess Rogopol or the other companies do it, allows the spikes to, there's a new paper out on this too, where their spikes can get into the track without changing any kind of positioning of the foot, or the athlete have to think through it. So it will help. Now, good question about fast for sprinters or distance. I don't know. So I think the Tokyo track was really fast because all the modern tracks are super fast, and everybody always keep on saying like the fastest track is in Eugene. No, I think part of that is psychological. Eugene also, the design of the stadium is just one where it's wide open, so you get a lot of breeze coming in. For the like of me, because there's a new like reports, and Mondo is, I think the marketing side of Mondo is hyping this up, where expect records at the Paris Olympics. Sure, we should expect records largely because athletes will try to come there in the best shape of their life. It's the Olympics, there's a spectacle there. But I don't see records falling at the Stade de France. We had 3 records on the track in Tokyo, triple jump from Ulamar, and the 2 400-meter records from hurdles records from Varham and Sydney. Ain't happening. I don't think it's going to happen the way we think. One, and I was just doing a back of the hand calculation on this, and I'll dig into this some more. What you need is to think about what kind of wins you're going to get to help the athletes, if any. And the build of the Stade de France doesn't allow for a lot of breeze to come in. I was looking at it in person again. I looked at it before, and I was like, where's the breeze coming in to assist the athletes? And it's not really there, I don't think. And then I went back to the 2003 World Championships, and I just kind of scanned really quickly, didn't do serious calculation. But I think what you will find in the Stade de France come at the Olympics is going to be winds hovering around 0. So it's going to be plus or minus a little bit around 0. And that is not substantial enough to break some of the records on the track. So you put it in context again. If Sharika Jackson comes back in the best shape of her life or similar like last year, I don't think she gets the assistance that would be needed to crack that 200-meter world record. That's my take on it already, but I haven't really thought through much of this too. Maybe, but psychologically can help athletes too. If they think it's fast, they'll do this. It's a great end of the 1500 meters here. I've been just talking my way off and not thinking about it. And who's in the lead? Hailu's in the lead over Meseli. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's what, 3-5? It's gonna be sub. Jessica Hull's coming in really good at the end, but it's gonna be just 4 minutes and change here. Yeah, so it's not, the world lead this year is what, 350, so yeah, 4 minutes flat, 42. Not bad. So I don't know. I mean, I guess distance runners can find it fast too in terms of if they're turning over as quickly as they want. But I don't know. I think all these modern tracks, there's really no real appreciable big difference there. Yeah. 1500 is stuck. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the pacing on that is probably off. I have to be honest, I wasn't really fully watching everything here. I was just running my mount over. But let's see what the results are. So we're looking at 4 minutes flat. Just Hull came down like a freight train at the end there at 4 minutes 84. Chip Cherchin 401. It's not bad running. I mean, yeah, this year the 1500 meters is going to be very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. Thoughts? I think, speaking of that, intriguing too, Sifan Hassan has already been named to the marathon team for the Dutch. Does it? What does? Is she not coming on a track, or is she's gonna, or she really is gonna do both? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting. Thanks everybody for joining. We're just doing a watch along, talking track and field. You hit that like button if you feel free to chat. I'm not sharing any other races in case that's what you're looking for. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's a good 1500 meters. I think up we'll have some. The javelin throw should be in the mix. There's gonna be a 5,000 meters here. Uh, it's gonna be good. I think Beatrice Trebet is there. There's who else is here at the in this 5,000 meters? It's like stacked with Ethiopians here. It's like you can't even like how many 5,000 meter athletes do they actually have? Yeah, yeah. So that should be good. There's gonna be the hurdles. Let's see what the hurdles look like. I mean, one thing you gotta say about the women, they tend to show up. This is not as stacked, I think, as the last two Diamond League. They had Olympic champions, the world record holder was there. Kambunja is there. Yeah, this is not particularly stacked, but yeah, I think the Marshall looks interesting this year. She's already run at 12:42, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, but the last two, let's see what all in the game is saying. It would never happen, but fans would love to see Kipiegan versus Hassan versus Sagai. Yeah, that would be. It would. Yeah, it would be outrageous. Yeah, yeah. I think what Fate will likely double, right? Uh, yeah. We'll see. I mean, we could get world records again. I think distance running has space for world records, especially on the women's side. Definitely space. I think there's still space in 1500 to go very fast. I think they're still just basically on the cusp of what can happen in women's 5,000 meters. Definitely think there's space for that. And we should expect that. I mean, I think there's good science on that too, in terms of when women started to run some of these disciplines and the changes there. So there's more upside for them in some of these particular disciplines. And if we didn't have like this long period of controversy in the sport, these dark clouds of the 1970s and 80s, these direct programs out of the GDR and in other places too, then we would have been seeing a lot more world records. So, and in you think about even the likes of a shot put world record or a discus world record, we should ask some questions on those. And so women are actually coming into some interesting space. I think those world records will come before and after the Olympic space. Yeah, yeah, possibly, yeah. But I don't want to. I have to still think through it. But it's hard for me to think about the look. What we don't know for sure is how the athletes will feel on the Mondo track. But I just can't think the track would be much, much, much faster than what happened in Tokyo, right? Like the Tokyo track was pretty fast, as a design and most of the speed we also get from, say, when we think about Oregon, I think it's just because of the wind, and but and it's a good surface. It's a pretty hard surface in Oregon, but different people make that. I think it's Benion, or I can't remember the brand who makes the company that makes the track in Oregon, but yeah, but maybe, who knows? Athletes may come up and destroy and do things much faster than we think. What you're saying, I think that's why people were happy to see Aletna break the discus world record and Perez with the longest. Yeah, throwing 38 years. The Aletna stuff is interesting, right? Like, I mean, imagine your dad is one of the all-time greats, and then you come and you break the record. Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great record. Fantastic. The videos of it isn't as great as you'd want it to. You want it at a major championship or a Diamond League thing. It's just like a meet in Oklahoma, big throws meet. I'm not just denigrating the meet, but yeah, hopefully it's ratified. I think it should be, unless something goes wrong. And yeah, and what Perez did was fantastic. But it goes to show too that some of these records are in a space where we know that it puts a challenge on the sport. I think, to be honest with you, all in the game and other people, because I understand from one perspective why no one wants to re-legislate some of these things. There's reasons why people always bring up the Flojo record in terms of the wind. I'm not talking about whatever we may think Flojo was doing or not doing, but when you think about the win in Indianapolis there and the study from the IAAF at the time and so on, but nobody wants to touch it. And it's the same with these records that we know come from questionable means, right? Are we ever gonna see the Marita Koch record being broken? Like, seriously? And when we do see that, is that what, 100 years from now or something like that? So I think that hurts the sport as a marketing tool, especially if we build things on breaking records or we build things on extremely close distances or speed or something like that, right? I think if we were in a space where we would have accepted that maybe Marie Jose Perec was the world record holder over 400 meters, then potentially the record would have been broken by now, right? You would have gotten people zoning in on that and saying, like, we can do this. I think no one thinks about that. They think, like, can we get gold medals? Can we win? Can we run extremely fast? But do I push myself the extra mile to try and break a world record that I know is impossible to break? So I am actually in a space like that. I've been seeing a few clips from Athletes Weekly talking about the records. I think I saw one today with Asafa Paul talking about the Usain Bolt records and so on. And we've talked about this before all in the game, and it's no surprise that I think the 200 meters is the softest of the two, and he probably could have run 19 flat, or better. But sometimes it's not required, and if it's not required, it's not required, right? And that's why people at the end of the day say records are there to be broken, right? So we think about all-time greats, and you think about a Wyoming Tyus in 100 meters, or you go back to the other people from the Tiger Bells. Their times don't look good, but they have the medals to prove it, right? Like, it's a different era of the sport as well. So it's not. I don't think it's any less that we recognize some of those things. So, but until we find another way to talk about the sport, I don't know. I think I don't know if your thoughts too or other people's thoughts on this new stuff, that this new track leagues that they're going to try to break away with. I think Gabby Thomas is involved in one with it focuses on women. I'm all here for it. Michael Johnson securing capital to showcase things. World Athletics is responding to their own way of operating the sport by, in a non-championship year, try to find a year to end the year, the calendar with a culminating event that will lead to something. I don't know. I find that it's a weak conversation all the time. I don't really know the answers, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't given it more than cursory thought, but this is a year to capitalize. If you're an athlete, if you're anybody, millions of people who don't normally watch track and field will be watching come July into August. And the same for sports like gymnastics or anything like that. And so you have to be smart about it. You have to be ready and prepared to have additional things that can put yourself beyond the the track or the field or whatever your sport is. And oh, Katie Moon is done. Hmm. Oh, she's not done. She's probably just treating. Yeah, you have to put yourself in to end that thought. Put yourself in a position where you can capitalize on other things. Otherwise, you're gonna struggle because track and field is still to this day not a sport that is marketed in a way where athletes can seriously earn life changing money. Yeah, especially when you think about what it means to be a professional athlete. Yeah, a few can, but not everybody, right? So until you can get the entry level athletes making a level of salary or so, it's gonna be challenging. Yeah. Uh, yeah. They're showcasing a little bit of a pole vault here, showing Molly Kadri going over 4 meters 73. Looks good. Speaking of that, Mondo Duplantis a couple weeks ago breaking the world record. Was it the first event in China? It was the second event in China, right? Was the second one or the first? Now I can't even remember. But I think Mondo breaking the world record was just more of him not having the kind of indoor season that he wanted to. And I think All in the Game and I had this discussion maybe 2 years ago now or so that Mondo will just milk this world record until you can't do it anymore by just going up 1 centimeter at a time. And I guess he's like, I need that 100K every time or whatever they're paying. And he's pushed the bar so far that it's really difficult sometimes to appreciate what's going on. It just seems normal to see him going 6 meters 20 and change, and how far can he go? And nobody. Yeah, exactly. I know you're gonna say this, like you're putting a little numb to Mondo's 1 cm. It is, and it's unless they change the rules, they are, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna 1 cm this until he can't go over anymore. And yeah, I hope he breaks the world record at the Olympics. It will be fantastic to see, but I can't be bothered with any more Diamond League world records over pole vault. And I don't want to sound spoiled, but I wonder also, like, the gap is so wide, right? It's not even, it's the biggest gap in the sport. Is it? It has to be the biggest gap in the sport because he can go 620 and nobody else can even give you 6 meters 5 properly. I know it's like, it's possible you'll medal at the Olympics and not even jump 6 meters. It's possible. I hope not, but it is. So that distance is like he's sleeping while you're trying to move your way up, and then it's him by himself. And yeah, we need people to get close. Yeah, as you're saying, the other guys have to close the gap. I know it's hard, but it's the biggest gap in track and field I've ever seen. At least currently. I'm trying to remember when Bukko is how close. I can't remember everybody close to Bukko during that period too. I know he was pretty crazy with his distances too in terms of the gap with others, but it's just one of those things where it's not even close. It's one thing in track and field that you know the answer already to. Yeah, but I guess you still have to, things can go wrong, but it rarely goes wrong when it comes to Mondo Duplantis. Really goes wrong. Yeah. Yeah, good question. Yeah, even Kovacs came close to Krauser. Yeah. Even when was it? Yeah, when he won in, was it 19 he won or so, when he won on the last throw or something like that? Look, right now I think, yeah, Ryan Krauser is exceptional, but there's guys that can do a lot of 22s, right? And get over that hump or getting close to 23 meters if they get into the right space. Yeah, it still requires him to come with his A game for a good series. You know, is eventually gonna win. I guess it's like peak Bolt. Other people come and but they're still gonna lose. But at least it looks good. 2012 looked good. You had Johan behind him or Gatlin or even but even '08 was decent. No one was really close to him, but it doesn't feel the same way with the Mondo de Pantas cap. That's I guess that's my take on it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Doesn't necessarily feel the same way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we'll see. It's like great. Well, tomorrow's the Jamaica Invitational or so. I didn't even buy the package. I was because I think I'm in the air when it's going on. Yeah, yeah. I have a long flight tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. Fabri had done that 2288. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, there's a bunch of guys in. I think there's guys on a good day in men's shot put. Even that Jamaican kid, Rajinder Campbell, which is I could don't understand him fully, but I think people can come in, big Tommy Walsh, bunch of people, and they can throw a nice throw, And if you come and you overstep or you're not in the right form, you could lose, right? But I don't know. I mean, I think Mondo never loses, right? It doesn't look that way. Yeah. I'm intrigued about the triple jump. I did see that Bermuda. You watched that Bermuda meet all in the game? Like I saw, which was an interesting meet. It wasn't as appealing on the eyes as I wanted to. And then I always think running a meet in Bermuda is just like the wind is all over the place. You may not get good times or legitimate times. It was a decent meet in the end. I'm not knocking it. The But it's good to see Jaden Hilbert, who is just like back, and I think he's just doing a few jumping on a shorter rhythm too. When he tested it out in Bermuda, I think if he's fit and healthy, I think he could do something special this year. I hope he does something special this year. But there's a bunch of guys in the triple jump that can do some good stuff. Pedrosa got a couple of them. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, at least you keep it real, right? Like, yeah, the wins at Bermuda is crazy. I think they need a different stadium, right? Like, if you're gonna do track and field, you probably need a stadium that can take some wind off of that, right? That's hard. I don't think they'll ever accomplish that, but it's like running track and field in Jamaica, right? Like, and I know the Jamaicans get upset when I talk about this, but the national stadium is built in the 1960s. It's not fit for purpose. It's it's not a spectacle for it's not a sporting cathedral in any means that you want to keep, right? You want to first of all, even the track is terrible. I remember this year, I don't know if you were watching the high school championships, they had to delay sections of it because the track needed work or something like that. And it just baffles my mind that I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, I think Nassau the World Relays, but it didn't seem as if the stadium was also at capacity. Was it? I just some of the clips I saw, which makes me wonder, like, why couldn't you sell out a relay, right? Yeah, I know the Bahamian population is not a huge population, but they are also a track loving country. I mean, they've per capita been the most successful team at the Olympics over the years, right? In terms of their medal haul for such a small country, but you never understand why there's not more people in these stadiums. I mean, you probably could have sold that more too as a vacation package internationally, but I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have the kind of appeal, but there are some stars there. Yeah, yeah. Pichara is looking good. Yeah, about 1751. Yeah, yeah. He's up there. I think we may get some 18 meters this year. You would hope. You would hope. Yeah, you would hope. I think that world record too is one for the taking if people can get it right. But you have to have the right conditions too. You have to be in the best shape of the life. I mean, it's been a long world record. What Gothenburg was, what, 1995? Yeah. Chebet looking really good now, on this 5,000 meters here. I haven't been even following, but she's about to lap this runner here. It's pretty good. So the world leader is what, 14:36. She's gonna be under this. Yeah. Yeah, 14:6, 14:26.98. Very good run by Beatrice Chebet here. Yeah. That is pretty good. Where's the 5,000 result here? Yeah. Yeah, really great running here. 14:26.98. 14:29 is also fantastic running by Tei. 14:34. All that is really good running. Some PBs here, PB as well. Yeah, I like it. These distance runners are showing up. Yeah, showing up. I saw the. Are you watching any of the college championships? I didn't. I saw some clips of the SEC outdoor championships, but I haven't seen everything yet. I just saw. So I think I saw a couple of I saw the race from what's that kid Towers, and I saw the race from the Jamaican Brianna Liston. Yeah, should be some good stuff going on. Yeah. Yeah. It's not bad. No, there's good running right there by Beatrice Chebet there. Pretty good. Hi everyone, thanks for joining. Just a watch along on the Diamond League, and yeah, get your thoughts, your comments, and put them up on the screen for sure. We're gonna have obviously the men's 1500 meters will be on track at some point too. That should be good. I'm also looking forward to seeing the 100-meter final for women. I think Dara Nita is there. I want to see what she has to do. There's a few American women here as well. Tamara Davis is there. Yeah, it's not a stack field, but there's a lot of events happening all over the world this weekend as well. So I think there's a great meet tomorrow in Jamaica. There's some stuff happening in the States, college championships. I'll be missing some of those because I'll be heading on a plane, a very long flight. So I won't get to see some of those things, but I'll catch up when I get a chance. And yeah, I want to see the men's 400-meter hurdles. Let's see what DeSantis can do. It's going to be a great year. You think again for 400-meter hurdles. Then it's like CJ Allen is in the race as well. Yeah, we'll see. Will the big three live up to expectations? There's the kid also that the Caribbean kid. I think he'll be in the mix. Yeah. Let's see what All in the Game is saying. Yeah. Ford versus McKenzie, Long versus Liston looks to be a good one. NCA, Coindor, high jump, record holder, Rachel. Oh, yeah. I saw that Rachel Glenn thing too. Yeah. She did run a good run. Yeah. Could. I don't know. Yeah. That's a big call. Yeah. Speaking of Anna Hall, she's back, right? She's working, trying to get fit. Hopefully, she doesn't have any setbacks. Could be. Yeah. Yeah. I think we might see something special too from Leo Norgbar, or whatever, however you pronounce it. He had a good indoor this year, right? I think, yeah, might be good on over. Unless as long as the athletes are in good shape, we should see something special too later on this year. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm wondering about the big three. There's a lot of people already putting money that Benjamin will win this year, but it's just too early to see all of that stuff. I doubt it though. I really doubt it. I just want to see a fit and healthy Dos Santos, because I think if Dos Santos is back to his best, then he might strike in some interesting ways. He might, but we'll see what's going on. Let's see what's going here by toe pitch in the high jump. Looks really good over. What's that? 191. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think if he gets back, he has the ability. I mean, the body type too. You think about the height, everything. But we'll see. I mean, I was shocked to see him back that early last year. Obviously, it didn't work out for him. But if he's fit and healthy, it might be. It might be. Can we get a? Will we get a world record again? I don't know. Right? Can someone? That was super special by Varham that year, but I don't know if that's the ceiling. What we've seen in the last few years is that a bunch of guys have now pushed the capability of doing these 46, and it took a long time for us to see anything like that, right? When Kevin Young did that, but all the way back in Barcelona, and then again you do it in Stuttgart too, yeah. And it was in and around that time. For a long time, we weren't really hovering anywhere in those kind of times, and now we have the potential. A Karen Masters can be in the mix in terms of great times too. Maybe not as close to obviously Varham and Rye or even the Santos. I don't know. That new Jamaican kid, where will he go? He was really fantastic last year to get there. But the requirements to medal in men's 400-meter hurdles have gone up, right? The bar has changed in some significant ways. And so, yeah. I wonder if Rye loses out on goal again if he decides to switch to the flat 400, or is that very public admitting that? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't switch, but I don't know. I think, sometimes you miss your chance. You should have gotten that last time and he didn't. Also, if you switch to flat four, I don't think he wins either, right? I just think it's like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, let's see. Let's see in a few weeks, months. But I think if Gardner gets back to full fitness, it's over. If it's the same for what Mike Norman can do, right? Like potential wise, he's really good. I mean, we'll see. And then we can't count out other people. You just never know. I mean, can Antonio Watson actually go sub 44 this year? He has to if he's gonna find anywhere close to that medal table. But how far can he go, right? Glenn Mills pulled off. I mean, where did he find that, or how could he pull that off? Was something special, right? And there might be other athletes. These African guys are coming in the mix, as well. It's one of those kind of things where in an Olympic year you don't want to mess around either. I would say, because Rye may try this and not even make the USD, but yeah, you never know. Yeah, but we'll see. It's a good 1,500 meters here in progress. You got Kipsang in the mix. Yeah, yeah, and then Chariot is in it as well. It's like 240 and a 400 meters to go. It's gonna be pretty good. Will Karani or Wade Fine. Yeah, even that. Like Van Niekerk, he looked really good recently when he was coming back. If he's fit, you can. Karani's just like, there's a freak of nature to that. The idea that he can be here still this long, and especially when you think about the injury, the sickness rather, the Graves disease. Then also he had all of that issues, losing his coach. That is not, mentally that has to be a tough one on him. And he's still in the mix, right? The thing about those athletes, you can never count them out. They'll find a way. This is going to be great. This is going to be 3:33, just outside the world lead for sure. Yeah. Coleman wins this beating Chariot and Timothy Chariot, and I don't even know what the other Chariot guy name is. That's really good running, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kurani is something special. I think, to be around this long, I think also I think he can set up his season well. He benefits from, running for a country where he'll make the team, right? So I think this could be his last, it would be great to see him closing out on Olympic Games like this. And, he has the full complement of medals. You never know. I mean, you can never count him out, right? But in your mind, you wonder, like, is this a step too far, right? The 400 meters is just a killer on the body to be running this. He's been doing this forever. He won the gold medal in London? Was it London? Yeah. 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 Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know all in the game. Yeah. Wade, you would love to see a true comeback from Wade. It looked last year as if he was on course to do something and it never happened. It seems as if he's in a good space. You never know. Will DeGrasse do something this year? He's the kind of guy too that finds his way in. It's an Olympic year, he'll figure it out, right? Like usually we say that kind of stuff. Yeah. It's a lot of storylines that will be unfolded this year. What will the big three in Jamaica say? All right. It's a lot. We know it's the final swung. This is the final lap for the great Chilean Fraser Price. I saw a clip recently of Ronaldo Walcott talking about what it's like to work with both of them, and clearly they don't work together at the same time. And even though they're like, it depends on the session, but you know what that means. And it looks like Elaine is healthy. It looks like she's doing all the hard work. Yeah. How will Shikari look in another month or two? There's a lot of storylines, Men's 100 meters, I think it's wide open still. I think it is not straightforward. I think Lyles wants to do that double, but even the 200 meters, I don't think is a done deal yet. There's a lot of storylines there. I think let's see Litobogo, what he did over this background season, if you want to think about it as the background season, is unbelievable. The world record in what was it, 300-meter world record, his timing over the 400 meters. I mean, I just think he's like, as long as he doesn't get hurt, he's gonna run some pretty fast times this year, I think. So yeah. So we'll see. Thanks everybody for joining me. It's just a good watch along for this Diamond League here. I haven't been on a live for a while. Just got back from Paris, check the Olympic stuff out. It's really good. It's going to be a fabulous Olympics, I hope. And yeah. The after about two races, 200-meter race, if Shakar is looking like she's struggling to break 11s by the end of May, then people should start worrying. I would. I am a little bit. Yeah, I'll reserve things. You have some people who've already, passed judgment and they've said what they want to say. And I'm gonna be open. I think we can learn a lot from what early season can say. Like you and I had this discussion before. A lot of people hammered me on this a couple of years ago when Elaine opened on that 400 meters. I think that was the year after the Olympics. Was the year after the Olympics, and it was like a really slow 400 meters, and I was like talking about why we should be worried at that point, and people were like, "Oh, she doesn't run 400 meters," and those are the people you don't want to talk to. It's not about running the 400 meters; what the background training look like, and what it means it's setting you up to be, right? And the base, as you want to think about. If the base isn't good, there's nothing you can do later on. You can try, you could be in and around a mix, but you have to have a solid foundation there. Those 200 meters don't look particularly impressive, but we'll see. We'll see when she runs again. If I but like you, if we get to a point where you can see that there's a lot of struggle, then there could be some interesting problems. Yeah, yeah, but it's still early season for many athletes. It's not fully early season too. Like you start push things out. I can say it's like early season for Shirley and Fraser Price, because you know what? There's nothing on the circuit that matters to her that much. She'll figure out a few good races, and I think everything they're doing there is gearing up to go to the Jamaica trials and see what can be done. Right? It's not going to be easy. I think in an Olympic year, there's always somebody that might spring a surprise or two. Uh, I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering where Kemba Nelson is, and it's not particularly straightforward to me. I'm surprised too about the shift for Brianna going to John, but I think that's a good place. Maybe that should have happened before, like immediately after the Atto separation, as opposed to now. But we'll see. But she's in the same camp with Kenny B and Lindsay, who are running well. So her and TT bad form. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think all in the game, and I don't, because there's I take the criticism, but there's always like an extra hive around her that talks. The moment you say something, it's like a million people want to take your life. But I, yeah, I don't know the first run again in us in the first Diamond League in China, I could take it. I could say, well, could be a long flight. It could be you're just opening up, trying to find your legs, and then you didn't see the runner on the left coming in. But I don't know, right? The second one is baffling to me. What's up, Imram? How you doing, man? It's been a long time. I haven't done a live in a while. I've been busy, been traveling a lot, and I'm traveling again. But yeah, I haven't done a cricket thing in a while. I've been watching a little bit of the cricket here and there. I was trying to religiously watch the IPL, but I didn't get to watch all the time. Johnson hit the second hurdle on this. Kambunja looking out on the left. I don't know who won this. Was this Kambunja? Marshall may have won. Yeah, Marshall won it. Yeah. Let's see. Guess Stereskovska looks like she's in second in this women's 100 meters. So let's see what's going on here. But it's Kambunji. I knew it because on the end it looked like Kambunji was taking that. Yeah. I think that's what officially they're saying now. Let's see. Let's put it back up. Yeah. So it's Kambunji 12:49 because it looked that way to me over Marshall and Skierskovsky. Yeah. 12:49 official season best for Bitaji, which is Munjinga's sister. It's pretty good. That's very close to our PB. Our PB is what, 12:47. I mean, it's 1.7 wind, obviously. It pays off sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, Kambunji has a good ceiling. There's a ceiling, to be honest. Would you? That ceiling might be maybe not even making it into the Olympic trials, finals rather. I think the thing about the Kambun, at least her in this is, I always think they work really hard. They try to, I think they're good at maximizing their talent pool too. Even Munjinga, and I don't mean it bad for Munjinga or anywhere, but she's not as talented as, she's not even as talented as a Dina Asher Smith and there's a ceiling I think for Dina too in terms of when if the rest are on like peak form, you're just going to be a little bit out of it. And I think, like, you think about a Dina versus even a Julian Alfred talent. The ceiling on Julian is much higher to me than even Dean Asher Smith. But we'll see. Maybe Coach Flo can do something differently. But that's a good run. 1250. It's around 1250 there. Not bad. But I think if you're not running 12 twos, it's not, yeah. If you're not running 12 twos, you are gonna be in trouble. Oh yeah, I forgot that she's not that old too, so I'm probably a little bit harsh. Yeah. At one point there, and people were saying that she was the more talented of the of the sisters. Well, there's like four of them, but only two of them really can run. Uh, but yeah, and Munjinga, to her credit, has really run well. I mean, she had that toe injury or foot injury the last couple of years, and I still think she's recovering from that. But yeah, uh, yeah, she'll make the Swiss team. There's no question about it. How fast can she run this year is a good question. Uh, I mean, I want to see what Anderson can do. As she's fully healthy this year. Uh, Also, I'm really intrigued to see. I mean, Toby Amundsen crossed the line last week, but obviously she wasn't. She false started and run on the protests in was it Xiamen? Where was it? Or the second one, I can't remember, outside of Shanghai. And yeah, but Camacho Quinn, I think it's hard to beat Camacho Quinn mentally as well. She's really tough. Yeah, I think you probably need to run 12. Daniel Williams, you can never counter out as well. So I'm thinking you really need to be in a space of that 12 threes and below, capable to really think that you might get on the podium. And who knows? I want to see what happens as we get closer to the Olympics. But can we get back to a sub 12? Can we get back to the Toby? Can the Toby Amundsen world record be broken this year? I don't know. I doubt it. But you can get really close. At least I don't think it can be broken at the Olympics. Maybe we'll see something special in Eugene at the U.S. Olympic trials. But yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. I think I misspoke on that. Now that I'm reflecting on it, she has a 2017 Budapest. Yeah, higher. Yeah, definitely higher ceiling talent wise. Yeah. How far she can go, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if she's 20, getting a 12:47 as a PB, if things work out well, we'll see. Maybe she can get a 12:30 this year, right? That could be in the mix. In the mix. Yeah, yeah. But the hurdles is, I think, yeah, 100-meter hurdles, most competitive event in track and field. Is it? Probably. If it's not, it's certainly the most exciting for me. There's nobody you just like pencil in and say they will win. Even when sometimes I give the edge, to you want to give the edge to Camacho Quinn because of what you can do, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mid to high 12-3 is possible this year. Yeah, I think so. If she's in that mix, if you go to the Olympics in that kind of shape, then you certainly put yourself amongst athletes who can find their way in and around the podium. You'll definitely be in the final if you can do that. And it's a hurdle, so barriers, we know the cliche, anything can happen at that point in time. But yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think we're gonna get to a stage where we'll see something super special this year. I think we'll see something special. Yeah, 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 yeah. Super, super special this year. All right, so we're gonna get a 100-meter flat here. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what Darren Nita can give us. Yeah. I'm already debuting, just so you know, the official Paris mascot picked it up in in Paris. So it's like I gotta come home with that. Uh, it was much cheaper to pick that up than the official Omega watch that they're actually selling. Actually, the watch is cool. I'll show a video of it. They have a there's like one of the bands have an athlete in a starting position. Yeah, yeah. What are you saying? Euro champs between Vesa, and in Sydney Sam. It would be it's gonna be fine. Yeah, Vesa is really, I like her a lot. Sydney December coming on leaps and bounds too. So yeah, it should be spectacular. Yeah, yeah. Did she? I haven't processed any of that stuff. I still have to go back. I only watch a couple things on clips, but so I still have to process some of what happened at the World Relays. I know on Peacock I can rewatch everything. Yeah, will I get a chance to do it? Maybe if I can download. I wonder if I can download it on my iPad and watch it on the plane tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I expect Daryl Nita should be the class of the field here. It would be good to see a sub. You should see a sub 11 here. I imagine this is a fast track in terms of the wind speed or something like that. Let's see what Tamara Davis might do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. All right. From this angle, it's hard to see who got out. There's Natasha Morrison. Didn't get out good. Davis got out better though, but looked like Nita is coming in at the end here. Yeah. Yeah. Daryl Nita comes in at the end. Didn't get a good thing. It's just actual legal limit here of 2 meters per second. So you won't get any best. It's 1098. So that's all the help you can get with the win. Can I get the results up? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what 2 meters per second win. That's just about legal. That's the maximum of the legal win. 1098. Closing in on Tamara Davis, 1099. Yeah. And Barnes, 1102. Hunt, 1113. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see the Hunt thing, to be honest with you, all in the game. Yeah. Yeah, Darlita is in good form, you know. She got left in the blocks. I mean, I need to see another angle here, but still looking strong. The lean, leans a decent lean. She was kind of getting into the lean, so she dipped at the right time. Yeah, I still don't like her how so one of the arms goes the other way, and so I still don't like that. She's always had that form. I think they need to clean up that kind of form there for Daryl Nita in terms of how she does the arm movements. But good run over what 200 meters, good run over 100 meters. You have to like it. I suspect they'll like it here. Yeah, yeah. And a slow motion here. You could see there's good power coming in there. Didn't really panic in the race. Yeah. Is a really nice lean. I like how the lean was kind of gradual into the end. Yeah. She looks good. Gels flat, moving, relax. Yeah, I agree. In good form. Yeah, in good form. Uh, all right, so we have a few things left. We're gonna get it's gonna be men's 400 meters, and then it's gonna finish out with the steeplechase. This should be good. Let's see who's in the speaker. Steeplechase. Yeah. Pretty good. Mm, Wale is there. A bunch of guys that ran recently are here too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really intrigued to see what DeSantis can pull off. Let's get it off the screen. She's got the quality to make about 100 and 200 meters. Yeah, she does. Certainly does. Yeah. Yeah, the Q room at this Olympics is gonna be intriguing. It's gonna be intriguing for sure. Uh, yeah. I don't know your thoughts on this all in the game. I was thinking about this recently. I was trying to count how many lanes were on the track at Stade de France. I think it's 9 because it's hard to. There's no numbers and you couldn't literally go on the track as Mondo was working on it, and I got as close as I can. But isn't World Athletics' new requirement now that you come with 10-lane tracks if you're building a new stadium? Is that the new requirement, or am I making that up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know since y'all on the live with me, I think I have a shorts out that showcase the track a little bit, but I don't know how good this is gonna show this. We're gonna get some videos up, but it was pretty cool to see. This might be better, and this is like this is the warm up track area. It's kind of hard to see that. Yeah. So that's the warm up track at outside of Stade de France. And it's like 6 lanes, I think, or so. It's not full. Yeah. But inside though, it's like it's inside is pretty neat in terms of seeing the purple track. In person, it doesn't look bad. I think a purple track looks better than the blue stuff. Because I never like blue looking tracks, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but we'll see. I think once you get yeah, once we get the television stuff on it, you'll get a good sense. I know going to 9 finals, but not sure if that came with a requirement for 10. I think, yeah, I think they did say if you're building new stadiums, you should go to 10. I think I have to go look at. I think I read that in either a press release or one of the things. Yeah, the 9-lane final stuff is really interesting too. I guess if you go in 9, you got to get 10 later because if you have the mistakes, you need to do it. Yeah, the warm up area is really small for a thing. I mean, it goes right underneath it. It's not set. It's not set up in a way where because a lot of what will happen at a warm up track. There's going to be a bunch of coaches. There's going to be a bunch of uh everybody around there, and I don't know how they're gonna manage all of that. I think, and then underneath the stadium, and I think I didn't get access to move from the warm up area into that part. I only got access in the stadium itself and in like in the parts that don't really have anything to do with track and field, like the football area. But you got to have another kind of area where you can kind of do a little stride out as well, according to World Athletics. So that's there, but it still strikes me as if a lot of people are there, the space to do, and you can't really throw a javelin out there, I think, without hurting people. They probably have to avoid that stuff. Maybe you can do a little fake throws, or there's a couple areas of shot put out there, but still it's a lot of people, so unless they're going to put up some other stuff to ensure that people don't get hurt, it might be a problem. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, there's going to be tons of athletes and support staff. So I think there's another area near Stade de France, like an indoor thing. So I think they may have people inside there too before they go around. But weaving the athletes in and out is interesting. At the time when I was there, I don't know if they were going to put up any other thing to block out access, or maybe they'll cut off access on that side of the stadium. But there's a nice walkway that you can just walk and see the warm up area. But it would be neat to just like go there and watch athletes warm up if you're there. But maybe they're gonna cut off all the access to that. So yeah, you probably won't see any of that. There's a lot of that happening. Like one of the interesting things that before I went to Paris, and when I do the video, you'll get a sense. It's how Paris builds up on this. Everything is in a 10 kilometer radius in central Paris. So like the track and field is in Saint Denis, which is like from central Paris to there will take you about half an hour to 40 minutes on the train. Really easy ride, nothing complicated, but it will be crowded. Like Paris has really good, efficient public transportation, I believe, but you could see a lot of people on it, even though it's not high tourist season yet. So I'm not quite sure. A lot of Parisians are going out of Dodge when the Olympics comes because they don't want to be that. The thing that's most fantastic to me is the Eiffel Tower Stadium that they're building that will have beach volleyball and blind football for Paralympics. Like from second floor of the Eiffel Tower, you can see right into it. But a lot of stuff will be closed down at the in Paris. So I think it's kind of a sad situation where if I come to the Olympics and it's my first time going to Paris, I can't go on the Eiffel Tower because they're going to close that down 2 weeks prior to the Olympics. So a lot of the massive sites that people would want to do as a tourist thing are going to be unavailable during this period. But really interesting stuff, where the marathon starts, the river sense stuff is still interesting because up until 2 weeks ago, it's the water quality had improved with the cleaning and whatever they've been doing, and so now it's good enough to swimming but not good enough to drink. So I don't know how you finish a triathlon. I don't know how you run a triathlon and water don't go in your mouth. But I've never done one, so I'll defer to that part. But it still had E. coli in it. It still had issues with getting the water to a safe quality for athletes to participate in. It can be swimming now. You can swim in it now, but that's what they're saying. But all of that can go out of the water if you get a water flow. So if you get a rain, it could be a problem. And Paris is an interesting city where it could be like super hot. It could be 40 degrees Celsius, or it could just downpour on you, and then that could be a problem. Men's 400 meters hurdles. CJ Allen is there. Clearly the great man, Alison DeSantis. Let's take a look at what we'll see right here. Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining me today. Yeah. 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 Oh, I didn't mean to give my own video a thumbs down. I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah. I may have to come back in on this. Sorry about that, guys. I think there's a new thing with the streaming services that I'm using that picks up gestures, and I think I have to get rid of that. Oh, DeSantis is looking fantastically well right here. He's gonna run sub 47 right here. And Allen is trying to keep it. He's definitely gonna run 46 something here. Oh, it's over. He's gonna be back. Holy shit. That's what 46.86. That is ridiculous. Yeah, I gotta share. Yeah, I had to come out really quickly. Sorry, guys. I had to. Whoa, I gotta find this back to share. Uh, hmm, this is crazy. Fort his open run for the year is a 46.86. Now he's back. You know that's signaling to Varham, to Rai Benjamin, to whoever. I am back. This is a meet record, a world lead. This is like when we saw Varham open up a few years ago at sub 47, and you're like, yeah, yeah, really good. This is really high class running. I mean, CJ Allen running 40 at 39 is season's best now. That's not bad running for this time of the year, but whoa, whoa, that's super fast right there. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I have to watch it again. Yeah, it is. He just told those guys that if you're not ready, I'm ready. A quick throw. I'm getting Anderson Peters here on the men's javelin. They're just showing it on screen right now. What's that? Had to be over 80 something meters there. Yeah. Nisha Chopra is back. Ooh, that's pretty good. 84.93. Yeah. Yeah. It is, yeah. It's the fourth fastest time ever. I'm just thinking about it. It's just like outside of Kevin Young's world record, right? Former world record. Vladic in 86 something territory too. No, I'm sure. I'm still stunned at that. I gotta watch that race again. I need to see it again. He was like really out there, and when he was like coming off on the 300 of the 300-meter mark, I was like, yeah, this is definitely sub 47. But in my mind, I wasn't thinking because it's hard to. That's really special. It's what, May 10th. The Santos is running 46.8. Is it too early to say this? Is it too early to say this? Can he run sub 46 this year? Is that like way out there, all in the game? Yeah, it was 46.78. Yeah, so he's just way out. It was just outside of that world record. I mean, I don't think it's not easy to process that. Because I still remember when Young did that thing, and Winthrop Graham was what, like miles behind or something like that. Whew. And I never thought I would have seen anything special like that. Then Varham comes in, Benjamin is there, all these guys, DeSantis, and we're in this kind of golden age. Like the standard is, if you can't run 47 flat or very low, you're done. Like you can't medal if you're not running 46 at the Olympics. It's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. It's a big, yeah. Absolutely outrageous here. And that was something special to watch. Something special to watch. I think what we have left the men's steeplechase, and then that would be it for Doha. It's not a bad meet, you know. Doha usually is the early meets, and except the meets in China came up a little bit earlier this year. Yeah, I wouldn't blame anyone who puts a little bet on Varham's world record going this year. Yeah, I'm not a betting man. I only bet in general, but I wouldn't blame anyone either. I agree with you. This is that's special. That's super special right there. It's May 10th. The 400-meter hurdles final at the Olympics is in August. isn't it? Yeah. Gotta look this up. Um, 400-meter hurdles Paris final. Yeah, I don't even have a schedule right now, but it's gonna be somewhere around there. May, June, July. It's like 3 months or 2 months and change, give and take, somewhere around there. And we have a guy that's just dropped a 46.8 on us. Yeah, ridiculous. It's good javelin throw, Vlagic and Chopra and Anderson Peters in the mix there. Let me put that up on the screen real quickly. Where's the javelin? Yeah. 88-30, 88-38. Chopper narrowly beaten 88-36 and then 86-62 for Anderson Peters. Julius Diego has fallen off somewhat. I wonder, yeah. He was a special talent too. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because he doesn't look like he's in the kind of shape he needs to be. Yeah. A little bit out of shape in my estimation. Probably still has some time. That's not bad. He's in 86 meters. You can get back up there. I think you want to be going to the Olympic Games in a 90-meter or better shape to guarantee a medal. But if you're in and around that mix, you should be good. I would like to see him up in the 80s for sure. I mean, he certainly can get over 90 meters. But it's been a while. Uh, But the series wasn't great. It was like 80, 85, 82, 85, 86. Yeah. 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 Yeah, they're showing the clips of Emma Coburn when she broke her leg here. Yeah, all in the game as he's thinking about this. So no Yulimar Rojas this year. So there's definitely, yeah, he needs to be throwing 87 plus. I agree with you. So no Yulimar Rojas. So somebody there's a gold medal up for grabs. It's going to be interesting. There's medals up for grabs. Is this the year Ricketts finds a way to get on the Olympic podium? I was really this year. I was also pleased by Tia Lafond. Really great jumping there for that small island nation of Dominica. Uh yeah, there's medals to be for grabs there. Yeah. Women's long jump would be interesting. I don't really know, to be honest with you, if I think I would have had like a Jasmine Sawyer's challenging. I know she did a 7 meters, but was it last year she jumped the 7 meters? But I don't think she was in the mix for me. And then the German is back this year. What's her name? Mihambo, I think, or so. So yeah, I don't know. You have Tara. There's a bunch of, yeah. I wouldn't. So I don't know if there's anything with her going out that we would say that's a sure medal for sure. But definitely with Ulimar, that was a sure gold medal. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, the 22-year-old Cuban Perez. Yeah, yeah, she's good. Yeah, yeah. And Tara is looking smooth, and then I think Mihambo will do something. I mean, she's just like a special. She shows up when it matters. So she's also coming back from injury. She looks good in terms of physically looking good. I saw her a couple of times just via social media, but I think when she gets cracking, we'll see what happens there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the final event today is steeplechase. Not steeplechase. It is steeplechase, right? Yeah, men's steeplechase. Yeah. But yeah, this has been a good Diamond League. If you're a track fan, I know a lot of track fans aren't. They're probably at work. They'll probably watch this later, or depending on where they are in the world. But you see, Yeah, seen some interesting stuff so far to reflect on. I like what we see from Dara Nita. She's following it up, so it looks like her background season's working well. How fast she can run this year, I really don't know, but she looks good physically. I mean, DeSantis just blew my mind a while ago. I'm still trying to process that. Yeah, good stuff. There's some good running by the women in 1500 meters and in the what was it 3000 meters too. Uh, the 800 meters was really decent too by Miramore. Just to think through that. What happened in the men's four? Yeah, in the men's 400, Stephen Gardner went 44.76. I think you'd be happy with that. Still early, but at some point, you know, he's run what 44, 45 already. If he can start to edge down, it would be interesting there. Yeah. I don't know what Samu Congo can do. He had that 43 seconds a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm trying to just process some of what we're seeing here. Kung Fu Kenny, I like what I'm seeing there. That was really good. Yeah, good favorable win, but either way, if we say this is a 19.7 or so, you're running that at this stage, backing up the run he did in the Kip Keino Classic. Pretty decent, yeah. Fambule, that's interesting. Courtney Lindsay, not bad still. He has a 19.7 from recent. Yeah, so that's in good territory. But I guess the standout thing has to be the Santos of the night. Uh, yeah, yeah. The Chebet looked good over 5,000 meters, but that will come down when the others come as well. That's going to be exciting. Yeah, yeah. Right, exactly. I forgot about that. It was also at altitude too. Yeah, 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 yeah. I guess Kambunji can be okay with our 100 meters as well. 100 meter hurdles. Yeah, more of 157.91. Yeah, that's not bad. Gemma Ricky, you would take a 158. I think you're taking anything sub 159 now. Or low 159s leading up. Yeah, the big guns are here to come later on. But yeah, it's going to shape up into a really fantastic track and field season, I think. Uh, And then when is the next meet is what in? Is it Rabat? It's on May 19th. So that's is that next Sunday? Or something like that. Yeah. So Diamond League. Yeah, it's gonna be a great year. Gonna be a great year. Hopefully we don't get any more athletes being injured. Uh the LA event next week. I think I'm gonna miss that because I might be flying back on that time too. I'll definitely miss the Jamaica event tomorrow, but I'll try to catch up with it. Hopefully it's super good. Uh I know I saw Dina Asher Smith is there, so yeah, see what she can do there. Uh what else is happening this weekend? There's a bunch of collegiate stuff, yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, there's I'm just looking at the logo for the Jamaica event, which is tomorrow. Yeah, you got Kristen Coleman is there, Daniel Williams, should be good, Julian Alfred. Yeah. Hansa Parchment. Yeah, should be a good lineup. Yeah, yeah, a bunch of NCAA conference champs. Yeah, hopefully we'll see something special. Yeah, yeah, should be good stuff. Yeah, I didn't. Are you watching the Jamaica thing all in game tomorrow? Probably you watch everything. So if if I could have trusted Wi-Fi on a plane on a cross-continental thing to work all the time the way you want, well, at least on the streaming, I would have purchased it. And also the next reason why I don't like to purchase anything from my experience when you buy things from One Spot Media or whatever is that they never have anything on demand. To me, it's one of the worst coverage patterns people can implement. It's if you miss it, like even with the champs coverage, you watch that. If you miss it, you can't go back and just like rewind it or watch it on your own convenience. I can just never understand that. Like, just buy some server space and do it, And yeah, so if I were to purchase that, I'm gonna that's just like losing my money. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wale is running in this steeplechase here. Yeah, I don't even know where they are in the steeplechase. Yeah, it's about 6 minutes into it, so that means probably got a couple laps left. Or yeah, let's see what they'll get here. What's world lead in steeplechase for men? It's like 8:17, right? Something like that. They probably could. I don't know if they. It's like final lap here. I guess they could. It's what 7:09. They could challenge a world lead on this. Should challenge a world lead. Yeah, it's interesting event. It's like we should change the rules. Like, everybody's running great, and then El Bakali always win. Like that old saying in English football, like, England and German, England goes to penalties and the Germans always win or something like that. That's what they normally say. Yeah. There's a whole Leslie Jones thing going on social media around. She did it a few years ago, but I saw it. She's doing the same thing again for Wale. Looks like he's dead. He's gonna finish third. These guys are running in here. Yeah. Yeah, we're a lead for sure. 8:07. That's not bad. Yeah. 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 It's kind of interesting event. I used to watch what's that guy, the Kenyan guy back in the 90s, Bar Masai or whatever his name is. He used to be good. I mean, the times are much improved now, but I always used to like him on a track, and I'm not quite sure why. But yeah, this has been an interesting Diamond League event. I thought, I was gonna watch it anyway, so come on live. We'll do a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be back on the channel probably sometime next week. I'll put out some videos as I can. And as we gear up for this Olympics, lots of stuff. I'll do some other things too, cricket, some other kind of sports, obviously. But once we get high gear here, we'll do a lot of lives and so on and other videos, and hopefully we'll have a fabulous year for track and field. All right, I'm gonna call it an evening. I appreciate you all in the game as usual for being on the channel and all the insightful comments that you make, and for everybody else who came in and are stuck around for a little bit. Appreciate that. If it's your first time, thank you. If you're 100th time, I really thank you as well. And don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah. And yeah, I'm hoping to have a good weekend. I'm gonna go to cross the waters. I'm taking a 15-hour flight to Asia, so I'm gonna check out some stuff there and still trying to see if I can get some looks at some Olympic stuff over there too. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna work out yet, but we'll see. All right, enjoy your weekend, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.